deal with airplane peanuts.
What's captain of the ship.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, I don't like standing in between the two of you guys. I feel like you're going to say something, make me hurt my feelings or something.
Thanks for having us on your shitty show.
It's awesome.
Oh, well, they said we want to get some of the shittiest comics we can find, and I said I could get you 2 for 1.
Good hit, Bill.
That's good. Congrats, I love your show, F is for Family. Dave has a show coming out called S is for Scurvy. Dave
Why are you wearing a children's bathrobe?
Nice one, Bill.
This is really fun.
I love it because, I always wonder what the Blue Man Group would look like when they weren't wearing the makeup. And it's just good to...
Today is Monday, June 6th, and Bill Burr just dropped a brand new Netflix special. Kinda. In one of the cooler ways of recent to promote other comedians, Bill Burr teamed up with Netflix to present Friends Who Kill. Essentially, it's a showcase on Netflix hosted by Bill Burr featuring 10 of his funniest friends in comedy. Welcome back to the Joke WRLD Comedy Update, where every Monday we're bringing you the breaking news in the comedy world, whether it be new specials, actual breaking news, where people are at on tour, and even who was on each other's podcast last week to make sure that you don't miss anything. Make sure you subscribe to Joke WRLD so you don't miss the comedy update, and you can also download this episode on Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, to make sure that you can listen on the go and you don't miss anything. You're in the comedy loop. The only channel doing this, guys. What else do you want from me?
You look like that guy they interview on the news, and this guy was here to see it. Can you tell us what happened, sir?
So it's called Friends Who Kill, and it comes out on Netflix today. It's an hour and 13 minutes long, and it starts off with a 10-minute set from Bill Burr before he brings up his first friend, and then he hosts the rest of the show. The friends range from stars and icons like Jimmy Carr, Jeff Ross, Dave Attell, who a lot of people say is the GOAT. Then you also have like Ian Edwards on there, Jessica Kirsten, Josh Adam Myers is on there, who I saw in Austin live a few months ago, and I think he's one of the funniest people on earth. Definitely recommend checking him out. Netflix tagged this as raunchy, which we know probably means good. So definitely check out Friends Who Kill on Netflix. Comes out today. Bill Burr, new special, and he's promoting great comedy, which is really cool.
Nice to see you wore your clean jacket for this TV taping.
Bill, and I can never thank you enough for letting me live in your car. I really,
Dave's dressed for Wednesday and Thursday.
Thank you.
George Carlin just had a new documentary come out a few weeks ago. It originally aired on May 20th on HBO. It's a mini-series out right now. You can still watch it. Directed by Judd Apatow, so it should be very good. I have not checked it out yet, but this is what Kelly Carlin, George's daughter, has to say about the documentary. She said, "Having been the public keeper of my dad's legacy these last 12 years, I've dreamt of the right people appearing at the right moment to give this documentary telling of my father's story what it deserves. An honoring of his comedic genius and unique cultural impact while not shying away from his personal struggles and humanity." So check this out right now if you have HBO, George Carlin documentary. I mean, he's one of the greatest comedians of all time, definitely on the Mount Rushmore, super influential to everyone doing it today. George Carlin documentary called The American Dream, out right now on HBO. There's been a lot of comments on the original video we did recapping the Tiger Belly versus Brendan Schaub drama, asking if Brendan Schaub ever actually showed the proof to the Tiger Belly team that they were behind the Reddit harassment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go watch the original video right now, or save yourself some time because this seems to all be in the past. But basically, Brendan Schaub accused the Tiger Belly team of being behind the years and years of harassment that he's received online, specifically on Reddit, and that he had a bunch of proof and screenshots and papers and this ongoing investigation of allegations against them, and that he can prove that Tiger Belly's email address and URL and whatever was behind all this Reddit harassment. They were fueling all the hate that he gets. So this is a clip of Tiger Belly talking about what Brendan actually showed them after that show.
"We have not seen said 300 pages of documents. After the podcast, we were shown a couple of zoomed in screenshots of source code with no context. Our email address is in the corner of one screenshot and the name Robert Lee on the corner of another screenshot. When we asked him who sent these to him, he said Brian. We then asked to be connected to his team directly to get further clarity, and he assured us that he would make that happen. We followed up with him for the next 3 days, and finally on Thursday, we received a text from Brendan saying his team would prefer to handle this issue in-house and does not feel comfortable sharing information with Tiger Belly. To recap, we have not received any substantial evidence regarding the accusations. We have not been in contact with the team. All we've seen are some screenshots sent to Brendan from Brian Callen. We're hoping to get some closure on this, but That's probably not going to happen.
I also came across a few clips of Kalila discussing past open relationships that she's been in and like how she's broken up with guys in the past, and it all kind of ties into this current situation with Bobby in a weird way. And it just blows my mind that she's saying this stuff on a podcast, or even if it was in private. Like, I just can't imagine my girlfriend saying anything like this. I think if I heard her say this, especially if it was on my own podcast going out to the world, I would either instantly kill her or kill myself. And I don't think that's a hot take. Just watch these clips, dude, and tell me that I'm wrong.
Can I just be really, like, candid with everybody? This is going to be the first time I ever say it, and he'll never admit to it, but Bobby's a cuck. I think that he fantasizes about other dudes being with me, and he gets off on it, and he'll never admit to it. But the reason he talks about it is because he secretly loves it, and he, even if they don't hit on me, he wants to believe they did because it gets his dick hard.
This road of love, this story that we create, doesn't have to be defined by such strict rules of monogamy.
Whoa, dude, what are you saying right now?
What I'm saying is, I would never betray your trust. I would never do anything without you seeing it in broad daylight. What I'm saying is, down this road, should you ever come up to me and say, hey, you know what, sweetie, this is what I had in mind, and this is what, whatever we need to do to spruce up our sex life?
Nope. I will not allow
Why are you so...
Because this is exactly the road you went down with G-Unit and Steve.
No, I never. That was the first... you're going to hold me to one relationship.
I'm not holding you to it, but I'm saying that these are the seeds that are being planted for that kind of situation. And what I'm saying is that I'm not going to do that.
What I'm saying is, yes, I do. Maybe I'm projecting my own fantasies.
Like, I brought in somebody in a relationship towards the end.
Wow. Wait, with him there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You brought him back to the house?
Yeah.
And he knew who that other guy was?
Yeah, like I was in a relationship with two guys towards the end.
What?
What do you guys think? Comment if you would like your girl talking like that in public on a huge podcast. Comment yes, I would love that, or no, what the fuck. Real quick, I got to mention the sponsor of this video, eWin Gaming Chairs. If you're looking for a new gaming chair, this has got to be the brand for you. Supports up to 550 pounds, so it doesn't matter if you're super fat. They got these big pillows for your neck and your back. Adjustable armrests, they go up and down and they wing left and right. This is the best chair I've ever sat on, the best item I've ever sat on in my life. You cannot sit on anything better than this. It reclines all the way back like a car seat. I want to give you the full extension here, up and down. I'm not even strong enough to get it all the way down. This is an elite chair. If you're looking for a new gaming chair, if you're a gamer, or if you're someone who just sits a lot at your desk, this is the chair to get. eWin Gaming Chair, link in the description right now for a great deal on one of these beast chairs. The guest list is where we go through who was on each other's podcast last week to make sure that you guys don't miss any episodes that you'd want to watch. So we're going to start off with Theo Von in this past weekend. He had on Sal Vulcano last week. Hilarious episode. I think that is a must watch if I do say so myself. Sal was also on Whiskey Ginger, so it's a great week for Sal fans. A lot of good content out there.
The first book I ever read in my life was Green Eggs and Ham.
Was it?
Swear.
Mine was... Nobody Listens to Andrew, a book I still own. My mother got it
for real?
Me. Yes.
I thought you were going to be like, mine was the Iliad, you know.
Mine was My Kampf, and I got to tell you, tough read. But I got through it. I was young, but I got through it.
Joe Rogan had 3 episodes last week. He had Fahim Anwar, who has a new special coming out, Kristen Beck, and then some MMA episode. I can't pronounce this guy's first name, but his last name is Sterling. Tiger Belly had on Chelsea Lynn. Your Mom's House did not have a guest. And then Kill Tony Tonight features Derek Poston. 3 specials out right now that I think are definitely worth the watch would be Stavros. He came out with a brand new one today, actually, live at the Lodge Room. A lot of people super excited about that, or actually might have been last night, but it's brand new. And then you got Mike Cannon, White Privilege Homeless, that came out a few weeks ago. And then Fahim Anwar, The Hat Trick, live at the Comedy Store. He was on Rogan promoting it. It's at the Comedy Store, and he goes in every single room and does a special put together. It's very cool. Those 3 are all on YouTube. And then obviously the Bill Burr Friends Who Kill is on Netflix. This has been episode 2 of the Comedy Update, the Joke WRLD Comedy Update, making sure that you're in the loop with everything happening in the comedy world. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next Monday. Make sure you subscribe to Joke WRLD right now. Tell your friends about the update if they love comedy, and go follow us on Instagram where you can get these free Joke WRLD stickers sent to you, or these ones are free. Doesn't matter. We'll send you both. I don't care. They're free. Just go do it. Follow us on Instagram, DM us. Hey, I want those free stickers, man. And you'll get them in the mail. You'll be so happy. And people will stop making fun of you for not having Joke WRLD stickers.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
You know, I've noticed lately, everybody has an opinion. And when I was young, it wasn't that way, People would have maybe, 6 opinions, Sometimes you meet a guy, he'd have 8 opinions. You'd go, God damn, that guy's opinionated. But about 6 opinions, that'd be about, and most of them were about food.
Welcome back to Joke WRLD. Today is Monday, May 30th, and Norm Macdonald just dropped his brand new special. It came out on Netflix today. It's called Nothing Special, and it's the hour that he's been working on leading up to the pandemic, where then he couldn't film it in front of a crowd, so he did it in one take in his living room, no audience, just him recording in his living room. And then after that, after his special, is his friends Dave Chappelle, David Letterman, David Spade, a lot of Daves, Adam Sandler, Conan, and Molly Shannon discussing the special, telling their favorite Norm stories, and just reminiscing on Norm. It's a very, very nice special. And this is the first ever episode of the Comedy World Update, the World of Comedy Update. It's every week, every Monday, we're going to start bringing you the news of comedy. There's so much happening, whether it be new specials coming out, new people going on each other's podcasts, the collaborations there in case you missed it, where people are on tour, if anyone gets punched or tackled on stage, we're going to cover that. Just with everything happening in the comedy world, the podcasting world, the stand-up world, any news that you need, this is the first ever news source dedicated just to comedy. So subscribe if you haven't. Every Monday, the comedy news. You need it. We're delivering it starting now. This is the first episode. So if you like this idea, comment, oh yeah, this is a good idea. And then we're also going to be putting this on Spotify and Apple, so you can download this if you like it. If you want to listen on the go, get the comedy news on the go. If you don't like this idea, then comment something constructive like, love the channel. This is still an all right idea, maybe, if it's good. And then I'll know that's constructive and good. We're going to put the topics we're discussing on the side, like the real news. It's going to be, but it's stand-up news. It's genius. Who doesn't want a comedy news source? Hit subscribe if you haven't. You love that idea. But Norm's special is amazing. It's out right now on Netflix. It's funny. It's sad. Watching his friends talk about him afterwards is pretty sad and emotional, but it's so Norm Macdonald-like to get one last joke in like this, and it's truly, there's nothing ever been done like this in comedy. Having a special come out after you've died is a pretty crazy thing to do.
Gotta take a break, Todd, but when we return, Todd Glass will read from his book. No, I won't. Stoned out of his fucking mind. We'll be back.
Ricky Gervais also had a Netflix special come out last week called Supernature. I watched that. It's very funny, about an hour long. It's drawing a lot of comparison to Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special because people are outraged, apparently, about some of his jokes about transgendered people.
What about this person that isn't a lady? Well, his penis. Her penis, you fucking bigger.
That kind of happens with these good specials, though. I mean, there's always some sort of backlash, but Netflix is apparently sticking by Ricky Gervais, and Dave Chappelle basically said, if you don't want to work on these projects, you might as well leave. So good for Netflix for supporting comedy, and Ricky Gervais doesn't really seem to care about the criticism either. Similar to Dave Chappelle, it seems like this stuff just rolls right off their back.
To me, there's nothing controversial in that because it's just jokes. It's nothing we don't do. Yeah. It's not as bad as the shit we've said today. I think, and...
What are you trying to get us canceled?
Yeah. I don't know about that. But it is jokes. But I even explained what irony is at the beginning of the fucking show.
I know, that's right.
And everyone there, I don't know how many I played to, 500,000 people, no complaints. They laughed at all the things, right? But everyone's going to complain about everything in it. Every single line, someone is going to complain, either because they hate it, they don't get it, that it's coming after. Here's the thing about comedy, right? I can list 20 taboo subjects, right? Everyone in the world laughs at 19 of them and hates the one that affects them.
You're delusional if you think everyone in the world's laughing at 19 out of 20 of your shit.
Well, okay, but I don't know what percentage is.
Andrew Schultz announced his new rebranded podcast, Flagrant, instead of Flagrant 2 now. It's just going to go as Flagrant. And then they also got this new studio. It's very nice. It's very elegant looking. It's like a real talk show, kind of. Everyone's on a couch, and then Schultz is in his own chair. The main feedback from the internet from this, people are just saying that they want Akash to have his own chair, just like the old studio, that he deserves his own chair. They even got a hashtag trending for literally every comment from their new big reveal about this huge, expensive, luxurious studio is just about Akash getting his own chair.
Let's start it out. Feelings, no facts. Should Akash have his own chair? Go. You motherfuckers, bro. Why are we getting so much hate? Like we're not thoughtful about things. You don't think that we have multiple fucking setups? You didn't think that this ended up being the one that fits the space the best? Assholes?
The other studio did feel a little bit more gritty, a little bit more flagrant. This one seems like super produced and stuff. They don't have mics anymore, like physical mics. They just have them on the lapel. So it just feels more like it's a hangout, just watching some guys hang out, which is nice. And they said that they tease some other setups, like they have other couches are going to roll out when guests are there, or additional chairs. They addressed on the second episode after the reveal that they're aware of the hashtag to get Akash's own chair, but they've thought it through and this is the best way to do it. So looks like this is going to be the new look for Flagrant, not Flagrant 2 anymore. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the studio? Do you like the old studio? Do you care that it's not called Flagrant 2? I feel like I'm just going to keep saying Flagrant 2 for just out of habit. But also sometimes I just say Flagrant anyway. So, it's really not that big of a deal, any of these changes. The studio looks great. Apparently it's very expensive. I'm kind of on the fence about it, though, because it does look like so nice that you think it's like a real talk show, like it looks kind of corporate, but then you listen to what they're saying and you're like, all right, no, it's still the fellas being flagrant. So let me know what you guys think about the new studio.
The first thing, how do you guys feel about the studio? The first thing Mark says, he just starts trashing the Brooklyn studio and making up lies.
What lies?
You go, yeah. Well, now it's different. Before, nobody wanted to come out to Brooklyn.
Why is that a lie?
You know how many people I gotta ignore? You know how many text messages I get on a regular basis that I just gotta be like, oh yeah, about that. We'll definitely have you on. Insert.
You know how many text messages I gotta say, hey, ask Andrew. I don't really handle the booking.
Yes. Now you can be like, I don't even have a seat.
It's hard out here. Recession. It's a recession.
It's a recession.
In this economy?
You know what? Fuck it. Y'all crazy, son.
Oh, let's go.
Y'all are fucking crazy. This is how we doing the episode.
Fun podcast.
Come on.
The guest list is going to be the section where we go through who was on each other's podcast last week. Make sure that you guys are up to date. Any episodes that you might have accidentally missed or really want to listen to. This is just a reminder of who was on each other's shows last week. And this list will definitely it'll definitely grow to the podcast that we cover. For now, I'm just going to start off with the 5 basic, very popular ones that we make edits of here that people are just interested in when they think of comedy podcasts that have guests. And then comment other podcasts that you would like to see added to this list, other podcasts that you'd like to get reminded of, who's on each other's episodes, and we'll grow it from there. So just starting off this past weekend with Theo Von. He had on Giannis Pappas last week. Very funny conversation between those two. Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P. They talked to Wheeler Walker Jr.
It's all insider fucking shit. So you want real shit, listen to Wheeler. You want corporate dog shit, Blake Shelton's your guy.
Props to Blake.
Joe Rogan had 4 episodes last week. He had Chris Stefano on, Neil Brennan, Lex Friedman, and Ali Sadiq. And then Tiger Belly had on Josh Peck. Go ahead and comment what other podcasts you want covered on this list, who else you want reminders for. And the Joke WRLD podcast that comes out every Wednesday, we interview Dusty Slay. Again, that episode is Wednesday, a full episode on YouTube and then on Spotify, Apple. Make sure you go download that and go listen to our conversation with Dusty Slay on Wednesday. Very funny comedian. He was just on Whiskey Ginger last week as well. That's another podcast update for you. Whiskey Ginger, Dusty Slay, Joke WRLD podcast, Dusty Slay. Now let's get into the specials. Other specials that came out very recently, and maybe not last week, but other specials to keep in mind. Joe List has a special on YouTube. It's very funny. Chris Stefano has one on Netflix now that's very funny. And last week, a relevant special that just came out, besides Norm and besides Ricky Gervais on Netflix, Giannis Pappas put one on YouTube as well. That one is called Mom Love, I believe. Giannis Pappas' YouTube. So that's it. That was the first Comedy World update, World of Comedy. I'm not really sure what we're going to call it yet, but I will next week. Every Monday, get your comedy news. The first ever media brand dedicated strictly to stand-up and comedians and podcasts, and making sure that you guys are in the loop with all your favorite guys, all your favorite comedians. Joke World, subscribe now. Follow us on Instagram. We'll send you free stickers if you DM us your name and address. We'll send you some free Joke World stickers, and we'll see you next Monday. Dusty Slay interview Wednesday, and then some other videos whenever those are. Welcome back to Joke World. The results are in for round 1 of the 2020 Comedy Podcast March Madness Tournament. If you're confused on what this is, go watch the video in the pinned comment on this video. But basically, it is a March Madness style tournament of our favorite comedians podcast going on through March. Every Saturday at noon in the Joke World community section, there's going to be polls and matchups that you can vote on to see who moves on through this bracket. So Region 1, the number 1 overall seed, the Joe Rogan Experience, going up against the 16 seed Trash Tuesdays. Maybe like a Cinderella story here. And no, it was 91% to 9% the Joe Rogan Experience. 1,600 views on this. And my favorite comment from this poll was Josh saying, "This looks like the Globetrotters playing a high school basketball game." Which is true. I think everyone saw this one coming, but the way tournaments work, the best seed usually goes against the lowest seed, and then they kind of even out. Now, the second matchup in that region was Uncle Joey's Joint going against Kill Tony, which seems like a little bit more even of a fight, but it was not. Uncle Joey's Joint had 83% of the vote, Kill Tony 17%. 3,500 people voted on this one. All throughout all 8 polls, we had over 20,000 voters. So I feel like this is an authentic, real interaction for this March Madness little tournament. But yeah, Uncle Joey's Joint moving on. A lot of good comments about Kill Tony in here. How's Kill Tony no higher? It's literally the best show on YouTube. I found out about so many funny people because of Kill Tony. Tremendous.
How are the girls? Tremendous. How's the coke? Tremendous.
Moving on to Region 2, the number 1 seed there was Your Mom's House, and its first round matchup was against 15 seed The Honeydew. So again, there were 3,000 votes. Your Mom's House had 90% of them, and a lot of positive things to say about The Honeydew in the comments. I know YMH is a much bigger podcast, but Sickler's an absolute beauty and deserved better than this. The Honeydew deserved an easier first round matchup. Honeydew would have been the vote if Sickle Cell had been paired with literally anyone else.
I threw a subpoena in the trash.
A subpoena?
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Why?
Just didn't want to go.
Did they ever fucking find you?
No, because it was like from another state.
There's an open file somewhere out there on you. Do not say where the fuck that state is.
It does suck that the Honeydew had to go against Your Mom's House in the first round. They have such a huge army of people online, but that's the way that seeding goes. So YMH will be moving on to face the winner of Tiger Belly versus Whiskey Ginger. Over 1,000 people voted on this one. It was a little more even. Not even, but a little more even. 70-30 going to Tiger Belly. Obviously, it was Bobby versus Andrew, the bad friends, with their solo podcast, and Tiger Belly outdid him there.
Don't point it. Back up.
Don't point it.
Back up there.
Don't point it.
I want this.
Put it down.
I'm going to shoot you with this.
Put it down. Put the
Back
safety on.
up.
Put the safety on.
Back up, dude.
Put the safety on.
Back up, dude.
Don't
I
do
swear to
that.
God. That's not even on safety.
Love Andrew, but yeah, he wasn't going to beat Bob in a popularity contest. TBH, I watch Whiskey Ginge every week, regardless of guest. I only watch Tiger Belly if the guest is good. Bad Friends beats both, though. Talk about your chair for 30 seconds. Do you mean this chair? From Ewin Racing Gaming Chair? I could talk about that for 30 seconds. I still remember the first time I laid eyes on an Ewin Gaming Chair. I thought, I have to have that. The leather, the winged seats. But then I thought, there's no way that holds up to 550 pounds. Turns out it does. While other competitive gaming chairs only hold 300 pounds, the Ewin Gaming Chair holds up to 550 pounds. So if you are 549 pounds, if you like to sit in your gaming chair with 2 or 3 other people, It does. If you like to put big boulders on your chair because you don't know where to put your boulders and you want to buy a chair to put boulders on, this is the one to do it. My experience and use with this chair has been awesome. Look at this little pillow thing. This is probably my favorite part. This thing is badass, leans all the way back. Go get yourself one now. Link in bio. Ewin gaming chair. Oh, does your chair not have a neck pillow, dude? Look, full spin. Okay, back to the results. We're now in Region 3 with this past weekend being the 1 seed against Chrissy Chaos in the first round. 2,600 votes this past weekend with 73% of them. Again, first round matchup, not going to be the fairest fight, but Chris had a lot of support in the comments. 27% was a hell of a fight to put up against Theo. Sorry, Chris, not a favorable matchup. Still love you. Chrissy Podcast for the win. Love you, Theo. I love Chrissy, but Theo's comedy is too unique. A lot of sportsmanship in that comment section, but regardless, this past weekend with the dub, it'll go on to face the winner of Flagrant 2 against the King and the Sting, or the King and the Sting and the Wing, I guess at this point. So that was actually one of the most interesting matchups that we had because it was our only first round upset. The percentages were 42-58 with the King, the Sting, and the Wing beating Flagrant 2 in the first round. Wow, big upset. Wow. No, I'm actually surprised, though, because Flagrant 2 was the higher seed, and it was 42-58, so it was pretty close. But all of these comments in here say negative things about the King and the Sting moving to Patreon. People are pissed about that, and they have great things to say about Flagrant 2. Maybe it's because I spelled flagrant wrong in the poll, but I doubt it because you still knew what I was trying to get at. As long as the words sound the same when you read it in your head, you can spell flagrant however you want to spell it. There's many ways to spell every word. I love Theo, but Flagrant 2 is 10 times better than anything Schaub has been in. How is Andrew Schultz not winning? This one's too hard. These two would be in my final four for sure. Well, it sucks that they had to go against each other in the first round, but the King and the Sting moves on to face this past weekend, so it's a Theo versus Theo matchup there. And now we are finally in Region 4. It starts off with their number 1 seed, Two Bears, One Cave, going up against Hey Babe. Over 1,000 votes again on this one, and Two Bears, One Cave took it home with 86%. But that's not to say that Chris did not have a lot of support. Two Bears is great, but recently been listening to 6 to 7 Hey Babe episodes a day, quickly becoming my new fave. That is aggressive. 6 episodes of anything a day. Unpopular opinion, Two Bears is a must listen, but Hey Babe is funnier and more rich in content. I don't know how unpopular that is. Maybe a hot take, maybe something that no one said before, but I agree with that. Two Bears is such a must listen, and Hey Babe, one of the funniest ones out. But regardless, Two Bears, One Cave is moving on, and they will face the winner of the keynote matchup of this one, the moment that you've all been waiting for, really what this video was about, the Tim Dillon Show against Bad Friends. Now, there are 1,000 comments, not literally, but there are so many comments about why is this a first round matchup? This should have been the finals. And like I said, it's based on seeding. So Bad Friends was the 8th overall highest in subscriber amounts out of all of these shows that we just said, and Tim Dillon was 9. And out of 16 teams, those are going to be the 2 in the middle that have to go against each other in the first round. And it was sad to see one of them go, but it made for a great matchup. So let me stop talking about it and show you the results. Almost 4,000 people voted on this. It was 48-52. Tim Dillon Show. This was really 2 of my favorite shows in the first round, and that's just how it shook out. But there are so many comments defending both sides. It's crazy how strongly, and I don't know how often these 2 fan bases really interact, Tim and Bad Friends, but it is crazy how strongly people feel on either side of this. It's not actually crazy. It makes sense. These are 2 of the best podcasts, but yet not even close. Tim is a national treasure. It's a real knife fight out here. This comment from Thomas Rogers almost says it perfectly. I think Tim is one of the most interesting and funny people to listen to on a pod, but the chemistry of Bobby and Cheeto is unquestionable. That's the part I agree with. Bad Friends should sweep this tournament. I'm sorry. Maybe. Sucks that they had to go against each other in the first round, but that's how tournaments work. And Tim Dillon Show will be moving forward. Yes or yes. So that does it for the entire first round. Now the matchups moving forward are going to go the Joe Rogan Experience against Uncle Joey's Joint in Region 1. Your Mom's House against Tiger Belly in Region 2. This past weekend against the King and the Sting in Region 3. And Two Bears, One Cave against the Tim Dillon Show in Region 4. So these matchups, the Elite 8 that's coming next week, Saturday the 19th at noon, the polls will be up for you guys to vote on in the Joke WRLD community section. I think that these are a lot more enticing, you know, just how tournaments tournaments go. We're in the Elite Eight now, so these matchups are really going to be getting into it. I don't expect to see any more blowouts. Make sure your post notifications for this channel are on so you don't miss out on any part of this tournament, and go follow us on Instagram if you want any free Joke WRLD stickers. We're sending those out to everyone who DMs us. Happy March Madness. Keep voting. Thank you for the 20,000 people that participated in round 1. Let's get it even bigger in round 2. Let's make this the biggest tournament of all time. Let's make this tournament bigger than the actual March Madness tournament. Joke WRLD to the moon. Hey, welcome back to Joke WRLD. This is round 2 of the March Madness podcast tournament results. If you're new here and you didn't see round 1, go watch that right now. I know a lot of new subscribers came in from the Tom Segura, Your Mom's House shout out. So welcome to you guys. We're doing a tournament based on our favorite comedians podcast, but March Madness style. And then just one other thing based on that shout out real quick that I want to mention. Last night, actually, it was very exciting. Christina P followed us on Instagram, the main mommy herself. So if Christina's following us on Instagram, you should definitely be too. So the link is also to our Instagram in the bio. But let's get back into the podcast March Madness tournament. We had the Elite Eight this round. So there were 4 matchups. Region 1, the Joe Rogan Experience against Uncle Joey's Joint. A lot of people were saying the Church of What's Happening Now would have been better in this tournament than Uncle Joey's Joint was. But it's the 2022 tournament, and the Church of What's Happening Now has no episodes in 2022, so you had to go with the Joint there. Then in Region 2, you had Your Mom's House against Tiger Belly. Then we had this past weekend against the King and the Sting. And then finally, 2 Bears, 1 Cave versus the Tim Dillon Show, our big matchup of round 2. So let's start off in Region 1 with the Joe Rogan Experience going up against Uncle Joey Coco Diaz, and obviously very good friends. This should be a good matchup. We had 4,200 people vote on this. And the Joe Rogan Experience took the cake 80% to 20%. This seems like he's just going to dominate the whole tournament. I wanted this to be fair and not be a popularity contest, but he has been rolling over everyone. Even the great and powerful Joey Diaz really didn't seem to put up much of a fight. Tremendous matchup. Joe's like beer. Everyone can get into it. Joey's an acquired taste, but a little goes a long way. Yeah, he's more of like a whiskey, like, a shot. It's going to startle you at first, but you only need 2 or 3 to get where you need to go. This does not mean I don't love Uncle Joey. I got to go with Rogan. His podcast has a couple guests that have changed my life. That's what I'm saying. People have different connections to the Joe Rogan Experience than to a typical podcast. Speaking of, actually, we just did part 3 of the Try Not to Laugh Joe Rogan Experience. It was posted yesterday, so make sure you go check that out if you're looking for a good laugh on this Sunday. But okay, so Joe Rogan, moving on to the final 4, beats his friend Joey Diaz in the second round. Moving on to the next matchup, Your Mom's House against Tiger Belly. These, I think, are 2 of the biggest audiences on YouTube as far as comedians and podcasts and reach go. I'm expecting this to be a little closer. 2,800 people voted on it, and Your Mom's House just slaughtered them. Wasn't even close. 74% to 26. YMH just on a mission this March. It really seems like they're going to be the favorites to probably win this whole thing. Some of my favorite episodes are when these 2 collab. Completely agree. That's the thing about this tournament, is that it's not really saying that one's better than the other. I'm a fan of every single podcast that's been in this tournament, obviously, but it's just fun to spark some competition and to vote and move people through a tournament. Tough one. Only way to choose is George and Nadav in a Ginger Balstaff cage match. Make it happen. I'd pay to see that. I love Tiger Belly, but it doesn't even compare to Your Mom's House. The following they have is insane. Following wise, I'd say these are a little bit comparable, but Sam disagrees. Did not expect this to be so one-sided. That's what I'm saying. I did not see 24 to or 74 to 26 coming, but nonetheless, Tiger Belly, good tournament so far. You had that first round win that we'll always remember against. Who did they play in the first round? We'll always remember it, I swear. Tiger Belly beat Whiskey Ginger. You'll always have that win in the first round against Whiskey Ginger that no one will ever forget and will always remember, especially me. Hot sauce is the best.
The enjoyment I get out of hot sauce and just lighting me up. And he knows what I'm talking about, right? I can't hear you in the headsets. I have headsets on.
Oh yeah, I was saying hot sauce is the best. Yeah.
And then 6 hours from then I'm sitting on stage.
Yeah, hot sauce is the best.
Like I can't think of a breakfast burrito without fucking fire hot sauce. Like just like.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. And you're right, Ennie. Hot sauce is the best.
I just want to know what I did here. I just want to know, like, how did I...
Moving on to Region 3, which was the Theo Von show. Literally, it was this past weekend against the King, the Sting, and the Wing. 2,100 people voted on this, and it was 69, nice, to 31% this past weekend. So, apparently when push comes to shove, people will take Theo Von's side over Brendan and Delia's for the King and the Sting. Theo by himself is some sort of very peaceful craziness that no one else can achieve. Gang, gang, brother, I'm upstairs. 100% agreed. It is peaceful craziness. I've never thought of those words to describe it, but that is very astute. As you all know, the comedy podcast March Madness is brought to you by eWin Gaming Chairs. I just got my eWin a few months ago. Before that, I had a chair I ordered from Amazon, and the back of that thing broke within, I don't know, maybe 2 months, and I had to kind of use it like a stool, or else the plastic parts would like stab me in the back, and I couldn't lean back. Sometimes I'd forget, and I'd lean back, I'd get stabbed in the back, literally by my old chair. But eWin would never do that to me. It's built for comfort, it's built for luxury, but most importantly, it's better than any of your friends or family's chairs. So forever, when anyone brings up chairs, you can say, oh, I have an eWin gaming chair. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about chairs. I have an eWin gaming chair. So that's really my favorite thing about it. But you know, there's a ton of great qualities. Like I said, comfort, speed, luxury. You can get yourself one of these bad boys for 20% off using the Joke WRLD link in the bio. eWin gaming chairs. There's nothing else I sit on. A lot of comments in this one debating like Theo by himself, or if he needs to get rid of Brendan, or just a lot of that kind of talk that you could expect in these comments. So Theo Von, and this past weekend, again, another 1 seed moving on to the Final Four. So far, the Final Four is 3 out of 4 1 seeds, but we have one more matchup to go today, and it's the biggest matchup of the day. It's 2 Bears, 1 Cave against the Tim Dillon Show. Legitimately 2 of my top 5 favorite podcasts. 91 comments on this one. 3,600 people voted on it, and the results, the percentages were 61 to 39 to 2 Bears, 1 Cave. So the Tim Dillon Show, with the Elite 8 exit of the podcast tournament, honestly, the seeding was tough here. I mean, it went the highest subscriber amount to the lowest, so I couldn't really control where the seeds were, but the Tim Dillon Show having to start off against Bad Friends, beating them 52% to 48%, and then in the second round having to see 2 Bears. I mean, they have gone through by far the hardest path to the finals in this tournament, or they were presented with the hardest path. I guess they didn't technically make it, but hell of a fight by the Tim Dillon Show. Tim Dillon's fans have his back more than anyone on the internet, and they all kind of act like him too. They're all a little bit angry, they're all a little bit gay, and they're all a little bit ranty. And look at this. Tim Dillon Show is a religious experience every time you listen. Anybody voting against Tim just doesn't know who he is. Tim can't be denied. Tim is literally a god on his own, and every podcast he guests on. I'm kind of surprised 2 Bears is being Tim Dillon. Literally wasn't expecting that. Tim has the second biggest Patreon in the world, and he's the only comedian, in my opinion, who goes on other shows as guests and turns them into another episode of the Tim Dillon Show. Votes go for 2 Bears, 1 Cave, but all the comments are saying Tim Dillon. We know the Tim Dillon Show is better, and so do you, Joke WRLD. Yeah. Tim Dillon should have won this one. He should have. It's the more impressive podcast, yes or yes. But it's madness, man. Anything can happen. 2 Bears, 1 Cave with the not upset because they were the higher seed, but 91 other people are upset about it. So that's our Final Four. It's all the number 1 seeds. How exciting. Joe Rogan is going to face off against this past weekend, and Your Mom's House against 2 Bears, 1 Cave, which is obviously the same production company, and it's Tom against Tom. And the Final Four ended up to be maybe exactly what we thought it was. There weren't as many upsets in this tournament as I thought there might be. Here's the other thing, dude, is I'm kind of just doing this off of, on the fly, just how this video is. I didn't really expect that. I thought voting would be the most fair way to do this. And it turns out that all the 1 seeds, all the biggest podcasts turned out in the Final Four. So maybe that isn't the best way to do this, but then it's like, well, then what is? Because voting it seems fair. We're getting 4,000 different people to weigh in on these podcasts, one against the other. But then you have this comment section full of people saying that this is the wrong choice, but then it's 61 to 49%. So it wasn't even that close. So very interesting, and too late to change now. So next Saturday will be the voting on the final four, and then the Sunday after will be the video, just like this one, discussing the results. Very exciting stuff, though. I'm still happy we're doing it, and the real March Madness has been super exciting also. I don't know if you guys are following that, but I'm a big sports guy, and that's been exciting too, but not even close as exciting as the Joe Rogan Experience going up against Theo Von and this past weekend in the final four. Next Saturday, Saturday, March 26th will be the voting in the community section. Then the 27th of March, that Sunday, again, will be a video following. Make sure you go follow Joke WRLD on Instagram. We're featuring a new comedian every single day. Christina P follows us. Tuesdays with Stories account follows us. I mean, what are you doing if you're not following us on Instagram? That's a little bit embarrassing. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for voting. Thanks for participating in the tournament. Make sure you subscribe to Joke WRLD on all social medias, and keep having a very happy and very mad March. That was kind of a weird ending. I wish I said like something better than keep having a bad. Did I say bad March? The final round of voting for the 2022 Podcast March Madness Tournament ended yesterday. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back to Joke WRLD. But if you're new here, today's video will be recapping the results of our Comedy Podcast March Madness Tournament. Start off with over 25 different comedy shows. Then every weekend in March, you guys voted to see who would move on through the bracket. Now, it just so happened that the finals turned out to be the #1 overall seed, Joe Rogan Experience, going up against Tom Segura, Christina P, and Your Mom's House. Before we get into the results, though, it should just be said that some of the greatest podcast content of all time, especially my personal favorites, have been when these two guys have gotten on each other's shows. I know some of the best JRE episodes and moments happen with Tom on the show and some of their other friends like the Sober October crew. And the highest viewed Your Mom's House episode of all time was episode number 397 when they had Joe on.
Would you ever date your mom?
Oh, definitely not. First of all, she's older than me.
Yeah.
Second of all, she's my mom.
Well,
why? I'm your mom and you're my son, and I am falling in love with him. He said, "Are you really?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "You know what? I was scared to let you know too. I am too."
We're both consenting adults. If it comes down to it, you know, it's just like the gays. They're you know, as long as they're over 18, everything's fine.
You know what I mean?
The U.S. wants to jail them for 18 months. Well, that'll fix it.
They got arrested. They actually got arrested.
Oh, well, they should definitely arrest him. Who gives a fuck if you want to fuck your mom?
That's our point.
That's true. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care at all.
But I think it's that he wants to marry his mom. There comes the legality.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
She's got a tattoo on her face.
Yeah.
I say go for it.
Look, once you have a baby too, your tits get mushy. That's it. That's just, it's nature. So what should I do? Should I hoist them up? Should I have them reduced?
Don't talk about it, first of all.
Yeah.
Keep that shit to yourself, or no women are going to have kids, and our population's going to die off.
She's got dogs, like 3 or 4 dogs in the yard barking, and these coyotes don't give a fuck.
Did you see that video where the pack came into her house or into her yard?
Yeah.
There's like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that neighborhood.
They're sketchy. I told her to get a subsonic 22 and just start taking them out. Pop.
She won't. She
It's
wouldn't
like this.
even
Pop, pop,
put him down.
pop, pop. Put a little bait out there.
Mm-hmm. Does this?
Wait in
what's
your
like
window.
the city rules about taking out a coyote?
The city rules: you keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, and just kill that coyote.
Shoot, shovel, and shut up. What is it about farts that are so hilarious?
It's the best. They're never not funny. They're never not entertaining. Because they're so taboo. You're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never supposed to do them in front of strangers. And they're never The smell, the sound, everything's
Everything
phenomenal.
about it
They're
is
sublime.
And the people that love them versus don't like it. I think that's all rooted in if your household was okay with farts or not.
It's class, and we had none growing up, so that's why we're Euro trash. So we loved farts and poopy talks.
Was farts? Was it talked about in your house? Was it? No. By
Speaking
the way,
of good, look how thin you are.
Thank you,
healthy
buddy.
bastard.
I've been working at it.
Thinner than Bert still, I think.
Oh, your Bert went right back.
Did you see how? I mean, like we had. I want to show you this. This is like people would call in or like send in videos saying Bert is fat in different languages.
Oh my gosh,
no, I didn't
it
see
was
that.
amazing.
Why is Bert Chrysler so fat?
Bert Rauer.
Kurwa, dlaczego Bert Chrysler jest taki gruby?
Bert Kreischer, you are a fat cunt. You're a fatter cunt than Tom Segura, mate.
And then this was my
International's
favorite
the
thing.
best.
This was amazing. People that listen to the podcast that teach English as a second language would use the whole fat battle to teach English abroad in different countries. So this is in India, in Japan.
He's fat. You have a
Oh my
weight
God.
problem. You have a weight
It's in India.
Bert Chrysler. Bert Chrysler. And you are fatter than Tom.
Oh my God.
Doesn't go to the gym.
Either he gets a little bit of kibble and some elk meat, or give him ground elk meat or
Man.
some other kind of meat.
Marshall's spoiled. He eats well.
He eats well.
That's awesome, dude.
He's a happy dog.
Yeah, I think everyone loves Marshall.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah, you met him here, right?
A couple times. Yeah.
He's the sweetest dog in the world.
Yeah, adorable.
Like, I didn't even know that dogs were like that.
Yeah, no, it's a special dog.
It's golden retrievers, man.
They're smart too.
They're real smart.
I have a fucking box of sand as a dog, but she's adorable. She's sweet, but she's dumber than shit.
What is she?
Brussels Griffon.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
Looks like an Ewok.
Oh, I do know what that is.
Flat
Okay.
face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's an odd choice. Is that your wife's choice?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broads. They get you.
Yeah,
Get you with the dog choice.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's
They
I mean,
like
it's
those little dogs.
sweet little dog, but
They basically want a baby that they don't care too much if it dies.
that's a good way of putting it. I think she'd be pretty sad if this one died, but
Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
be pretty sad, but
Pretty
not
sad.
like baby sad.
no, fuck no.
With no further ado, let's find out who won this thing. So the poll was live for 24 hours and had almost 10,000 people vote on it, and the percentages ended up being 66 to 34, with the Joe Rogan Experience winning. Congrats, Joe. Congrats, young Jamie. Congrats, everyone who voted for the Joe Rogan Experience. You are the winner of the first ever March Madness Comedy Podcast Tournament.
Have a little of this, then we'll spark up a doob.
There it is.
Get the party started. Cheers,
Cheers, my
sir.
brother.
Thanks
Congrats
for being
on
here,
October, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I enjoy clips of JRE, but Your Mom's House, along with a few others, I queue up straight away to enjoy the full episode. Absolutely hilarious. Obviously, that's a big downfall of current Joe Rogan, is that you don't get full episodes on YouTube anymore, and you do with YMH. So that's a big advantage that they have there. But I do like to queue up a straight episode of Joe Rogan if I'm on a long drive or something, because it can be interesting, even if he doesn't have a comedian on that week. When you think of podcasts, who's the first person you think of? Rogan's winning the whole thing. That's also what I'm saying. It is kind of deserved that he might win the first overall podcast tournament, because he did, in a way, invent the comedians having podcast game. I know Mark Maron had one early, but when you think of comedians and making podcasts, they all say they're inspired by Rogan. They've all been on Rogan. We think of Joe. I really like that comment. Best all-around podcast, JRE. Best comedy podcast, YMH. JRE is the best jack of all trades. YMH is definitely the better comedy podcast. A lot of people saying this, and I completely agree with that. You know, Your Mom's House is intentionally funny every single time, and Joe Rogan is occasionally funny, especially when he has comedians as guests on. But there are still some diamonds in the rough there. Like the Post Malone episode, that interview is hilarious, and he's not a comedian. Or the Alex Jones episodes are some of the funniest ones ever. And they're hard to see now because they're censored, but those are hilarious, and Alex Jones isn't a comedian. So sometimes when he doesn't have comics on, it still can be worth watching. But I definitely get what you mean. I'll watch a full episode of Jerry when it's a suit of comedians, like the episodes of Gillis, Norman, and Shafir. With YMH, I can watch just the main mommies for hours on end and not notice there being no guests. That's a huge advantage that Your Mom's House has, too, is that they have two hosts that are both comedians. So you can just have them talk to each other, and it's going to be just as good as Joe having a comedic guest on too, because those are just two comedians that have some of the best rapport. Obviously, I mean, they're married with, so you could just listen to them talk to each other for hours. There's a ton of people that love to say Joe Rogan's not a comedy podcast, but to me, I think a comedy podcast is a podcast that's hosted by a comedian, not necessarily a podcast that is intending to be funny every episode, because when Joe has on comedians, it's obviously a great time, just like when he has Tom on and stuff. But when he has on, other people, there can still be funny moments. It's just not maybe as intentional as YMH. All the real mommies know the real winner here. Jerry is dope, but sometimes Joe's jeans are low and loose, and Tim and Christine's are always high and tight. They never touch my camera through the fence. I just sit back, take 10 to 12 Benadryl, and finish in 4 strokes. Amen, jeans. That's the most YMH comment of all time. Had to throw that in there.
At the Cleveland Improv once, like I was grinding through a rough set, and this guy in the third row goes, he goes, "That's terrible, man." Like that, like fully loud, like, "This guy's terrible." And I was like, "What's up, man?" And then some lady in the back goes, "Your mama should have swallowed that nut." Like,
God
meaning
damn.
like,
this is in Cleveland?
yeah, at the Cleveland Improv.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I go, "Your dad should have stuck around to raise you." And then, and then like I got out of there pretty quick.
There were over 100 comments, and the main theme seemed to be that Your Mom's House is clearly the better comedy podcast, and Joe Rogan is clearly the most legendary podcast of all time, and maybe the most important, but not the funniest. Your Mom's House is clearly the best comedy podcast. Jerry is only funny when there are other comics on. This guy said, "Still can't believe Tim Dillon didn't get enough votes." I think we all know Tim Dillon is the real winner here. So besides the Tim Dillon fans, I can't believe that he was voted out 2 rounds ago. The Joe Rogan Experience takes the first ever win of the Comedy Podcast March Madness Tournament. But thank you to everyone who participated in this. We had over 60,000 people vote between all the rounds combined. So that's some really cool fan interaction there. Make sure you subscribe to Joke World if you haven't already, and go check out our community section for even more polls and fun questions related to comedy. Posting stuff on there all the time. And also go follow us on Instagram. We're featuring a new comedian every single day. They send in their best 60-second stand-up clip, and we're putting them on a platform to get exposed. Also, if you DM the Instagram, you get these free Joke World stickers, and they're really cool. And everyone who doesn't have a Joke World sticker, that's very embarrassing and kind of lame, and like I would not show my face in public without one of these stickers, so I hope that you don't either. But thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.
Gear yourselves up, ladies and gentlemen. 11 months from now, join on in.
Today we're finally answering the question, who is the best podcast guest of all time? Now before you're like, oh, that's so subjective, oh, how could you say that, whatever. These are not my opinions. I'm not reading comments here. We're using cold hard science and math to figure this out. Now to make this fair, we're only going to look at comedians who, let's say, are more popular as guests on shows than for their own show, and they all have to have appeared on the same podcast before. So those comedians are going to be Mark Norman, Andrew Schultz, Chris Stefano, Chris D'Elia, and Brian Callen. So we're taking those 5 comics and looking at their appearances on 3 top-tier comedy podcasts, being This Past Weekend with Theo Von, Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee, and Whiskey Ginger with Andrew Santino. Their scores will be calculated by the amount of views each episode got, divided by the total amount of subscribers that podcast has. So for example, Tiger Belly has 665,000 subs, right? And then let's say Mark Norman's episode got 1 million views. We'd take that 1 million divided by the 665,000, and you get a score of 1.5. The winner is whoever has the highest combined score after all 3 podcasts. It's pretty simple. If it doesn't make sense now, I promise it will once we get more into the video. If you're like, oh, I just want to see compilations, this makes no sense, this is stupid, whatever, bro. Come back Monday. We're posting Theo Von, Try Not to Laugh. But for everyone who really loves comedy and who's really interested in podcasting, I guarantee you'll love this video too. So let's just get right into it, starting off with This Past Weekend.
And let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories.
This Past Weekend has 945,000 subscribers. We're going to start off with Mark Norman, whose most viewed episode came 2 years ago. It had 1.1 million views, which brings us to a score of 1.164.
There's Nick. Big Nick's a creeper.
Well, he's a premature baby, dude, so he's making up for lost time.
Oh, are you a
man.
preemie? Oh, yeah. Well, you came out good.
That's what I'm saying, man. Why? A lot of these guys are going 36, and Nick got out early, bro. Nick is a hard worker.
Oh yeah, I was like a C-section.
Really?
Oh yeah, I came out through the fucking roof.
Oh wow.
Or I guess maybe the moon roof or something. I didn't come out through the door.
I can see that. I could see you being like, I don't know, is this the best thoroughfare?
Right.
Let me see what else is going on
and
here.
you've all touched your mom's vag. I haven't touched, well, maybe you've touched my mom's. She's a big slut.
Andrew Schultz has also been on the show twice, first in episode 180 and the most viewed episode of 331. That episode had 1.2 million views, giving Andrew Schultz a this past weekend score of 1.269.
I'm tan, bro.
Yeah.
I look better tan, bro.
Oh, you do?
Yo, I think I look better tan.
Well,
dude.
you come in a lot more, and I'll be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
You come in a lot more, I think Mexican, bro, or fucking beach Slavic. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like beach Croatian.
Beach Slavic.
Dude, I'm saying, bro, they're fucking Slavs, bro. They're about
Yo,
it.
them Slavs are wild,
Dude,
bro.
they are.
Because they're
ladies.
white,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Oh, they're not.
Right?
They're not, dude.
They're
you
not.
crack them open, dude. There's a couple brothers in there.
There's a couple.
You know what I'm saying?
Chris Stefano's best episode was a year ago, episode 265. He racked in 631,000 views for a total this past weekend score of 0.667.
My feet are disgusting. They grow over each other.
I could easily see that.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, you look like somebody who would have webbed feet almost.
I don't have webbed feet, but I believe I was born with broken feet, and they never fixed it.
Yeah, sure.
My feet are broken.
Take care of yourself, dude, okay? That's what I'm saying. You look like a guy that definitely was in the band, in the school band, even though he wasn't really in it.
Yeah, like I was just there.
You look like you were on like the marching thing with the flag.
Yeah. Dude, you look like my third grade gym teacher, Mrs. Klein.
Oh,
yeah. She was like this lesbian we used to call her Liu Kang. You kind of look like Liu Kang from Street Fighter if he was a white dude that had money.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Brian Callen first appeared on episode 183, but his most viewed episode by far was 325, which had 1 million views, giving Brian Callen a score of 1.058.
Somebody said that you had 4 shoulder blades. Is that true?
No, it's not true. It just looks that way because I got muscle on top of muscle. I'm the first comedian to develop muscle on top of muscle. You understand? That's why the doctor goes, I got nothing to say.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote on my chart, immortal. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good, but he looked at my blood panel and goes, well, guess you're never going to die.
Oh, you're that hemoglobin bad boy,
That's
dude.
what it is,
I like
brother.
that.
That's what it is. That's why you could sell my plasma on the black market for as much as rhino horn goes for. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ, man.
Fuck,
and people
bro.
are getting into that.
Hell yeah, I could cut a diamond with my dick right now.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I
and we
work
can
hard.
do that.
Yeah, I stretch up and I stretch hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I come over and sit on my lap.
No way.
All right, whatever.
This guy's that
fucking baby.
This guy fucking obviously
I hope this is
a
being
manager at a
recorded,
Chuck E.
motherfuckers.
Cheese.
Chris Lee has been on this past weekend twice, first on episode 104, then episode 204. Each time getting 1.4 million views, which not only makes him the most viewed comic out of this past weekend, but also gives him a total score of 1.485.
Dude, how many waiters at Macaroni Grill did you look like over the years whenever you went in there? Honestly.
I will tell you this straight up. I've never been to Macaroni Grill.
Oh, bro.
I know you don't believe me, but bro, I never been to Macaroni Grill.
Believe you,
I
bro.
know. I get it. I wouldn't believe me. If a guy like me said, I've never been to Macaroni Grill, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I would never trust that guy, but I've never been.
All right, that's the end of round one. Let's check the scores. We got Chris D'Elia leading right now with 1.48. Andrew Schultz right behind him at 1.26. Mark Norman and Brian Callen battling it out. And then Chris Stefano bring up the rear at 0.667. Tiger Belly. $665,000 subscribers. We'll start off with Mark Norman again. He appeared once on the show about 10 months ago, episode 295. That episode had about 767,000 views on YouTube, bringing Mark Norman's whole score of 1.153.
You look like you fuck good.
No.
No?
No, I fuck like my comedy. It's stiff. It's quick. Yeah, it's not pretty. Not much of an ending. No closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
But it's fun though still, huh?
Sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's fun. I still get to, I'm still, and as a 50-year-old man, almost 50, I still, when I'm doing it, in my mind, I'm like a teenager.
Yeah.
I think to myself, I can't believe I'm doing this.
I feel the same way.
Right?
And then when they wake up. But no, it's...
Schultz has been on Tiger Belly twice, episode 226 and 277. His better episode being the first, which had 1 million views, bringing his Tiger Belly score to 1.503.
You know what I'm also tired of? We're talking about food. Jews? No, I'm sorry. When you go to like, I went to a Mexican.
I'm not even
restaurant.
Jewish, by the way.
Oh,
Most
you're not?
people assume I am.
Oh yeah. Oh, just a look at. But anyway,
You said 3.0.
Do we all look the same?
You know what? Also, like, you're like in Texas and you're in a Mexican restaurant, and they go, "We only use local ingredients."
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I want guacamole. Get the avocado. Go to Vons. I don't give a fuck. Right? I'm tired of local ingredients.
Why are people so proud of that? Why are they so proud of the local thing?
Supports local farmers.
Here we go.
And
make your farm better, and then everybody will buy stuff from you. Like, what are we doing here? Who are we joking? I don't support local headphones, right? I don't support a local cell phone. I don't support local camera. Like, why do we have to support the local farmer? Get your fucking business together. Get your fucking business together, and then what you'll do is you'll have something that everybody wants to buy.
Chris Stefano's been on the show twice, once with Giannis Pappas and once by himself. His solo episode aired about 8 months ago, doing 697,000 views, giving him a total Tiger Belly score of 1.048.
Children who have Down syndrome, beautiful population of children to work with. One of the things with Down syndrome is, yes, bigger tongues from the chromosomal deficiency. So you're saying that you have chromosomal abnormality.
Yes, big tongue.
Let me see it. Let me see it. That's a Down syndrome tongue.
Yeah. Brian Callen's best episode was over 4 years ago, Tiger Belly 88. That episode did 702,000 views, giving Brian Callen a Tiger Belly score of 1.05.
Baby, stop, baby.
She's sitting down.
Baby, just
Hey, don't push your girl.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Don't put your hands.
No, listen.
Don't put your hands on my girl.
All right.
Hey, listen. Bro,
Yeah.
let me ask
I
you.
went
Are
to
you a
your house.
superstar in Korea?
No, nobody knows me.
Really?
That's a fucking
Not at
attack on
all.
me. Are you a fucking superstar in fucking Norway, or where your fucking people are from?
He's from the Philippines.
Norway?
He's from the
Norway? I'm
Philippines.
Southern Italian and Irish, motherfucker. And yes, the answer is yes. King.
Yeah, I went to your house. You probably a different house. Well, you still live in Venice or Santa Monica?
The mansion or the other mansion?
It was the other mansion. This is before. You know what, man?
It's pronounced Santa Monica.
That brings us to Chris D'Elia, who has been an absolute beast on Tiger Belly. He's been on twice and did over 1 million both times. The first time being 1.2 million and the most popular time being 1.7 million. Now, Chris D'Elia's Tiger Belly score almost skews the whole graph. It's 2.256.
Can I ask you a question, Sir Chris D'Elia?
All right.
Why do you have bags under your eyes? Did you not sleep good last
Dude,
night?
I know. No, you know what? It's the fucking lighting probably, but also I got bags under my eyes. But they're fucking Prada, dude. They're Prada.
It is Prada, Gucci, a little Gucci
Yeah,
too.
man.
Yeah,
I got Gucci, I got Prada.
Yeah.
I got bags, but it's all good.
I
I'm
know.
grizzled, man. I got the fucking shit coming out. I got salt and pepper coming in. You know what I mean? I'm 38, dude. What do you want from me?
I know. You're
I'm fucking
but-
tall.
can I
I'm a
say
tall drink of water. And I got bags under my eyes. It's fine.
Okay, that's 2 podcasts down, 1 more to go. Let's check the leaderboard. D'Elia's still in front. We got Schultz trailing him, and then Callen in the middle. Chris Stefano needs to pick it up a little bit, and I expect to see a late push here from Mark Norman. Last but not least, Whiskey Ginger.
Here we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You're that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
Andrew Santino has 255,000 subscribers on YouTube. We'll start again with the Mark Norman episodes. He's been on Whiskey Ginger twice. First episode 57, and then later episode 132. That later episode had more views than the first one, racking up 340,000 total views, giving Mark Norman a total Whiskey Ginger score of 1.333, repeating forever.
What happened to your finger?
I got a cat. Scratched me.
Is this?
I really got a Maine Coon.
Why did you get a cat?
Just so I can say coon.
Andrew Schultz was on episode 35 and 114, doing very similar scores to Mark Norman. His highest viewed episode had 338,000 views, giving him a total score of 1.132.
For people that don't know, you're in the dark. Schultz is an incredible comedian, a good friend, and now he's a top dog on Netflix. Papa,
Let's go.
You were number 1, dude.
We were trending number 1. We didn't do number 1 like globally.
Let's just say it. It was
All right,
number
we were
1.
number 1.
We were number
bro.
1,
Oh, we
bitch.
were number 1.
Chris Stefano had a whole ass residency on Whiskey Ginger. He's been on the show 7 times. I can never go through all that information, but I will tell you is that episode 125 was his most viewed, with 435,000 views, giving him a total score of 1.705.
And my dad gambled on my gender when I was born. He had to pay my uncle $500.
The doctor.
The
The doctor's like, it's a boy. He's like, it's a girl, 10 G's.
It's a girl. Tuck it back. Lynn, tuck it back
Put
for
it back
the picture.
in. Put it back in.
Yeah.
Now here's where things get a little bit interesting. So far it seems like Chris D'Elia and Andrew Schultz have kind of been running away with this. But Brian Callen on Whiskey Ginger episode 18 had 600,000 views. Now with the way this math works, views divided by total subscribers, this is going to give Brian Callen a huge bump. His Whiskey Ginger score is actually 2.35.
I've met her, Justin Bieber. I've met a lot of famous people.
I met a lot of famous
When
people,
have you
Brian.
met these people? dude?
First of all, I did MTV's Punk'd years ago with those people.
Oh yeah. You were the
You name it, I did it, dude. Darrell Rivas is a buddy, okay? Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, I played with him in college.
Oh, you played college football?
I did.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Where did you play college football, Brian?
Oklahoma.
You played at Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What position?
Before I played in Miami.
You played at Oklahoma and the U. You played at both of those schools.
Yeah, dude, I did.
What position?
Safety.
And that brings us to Chris D'Elia. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, Jake, Chris D'Elia's never been on Whiskey Ginger. What? What's going to happen now? We're going to sub it in with something that I kind of view as equal and also a fan favorite of this channel, I know. The Church of What's Happening Now with Joey Diaz. Chris D'Elia appeared on episode 518 of The Church, pulling in 344,000 views, giving him a total score of 0.434.
This shit drives me nuts. I get it at shows, but like when you're shooting a special, I get a lot of these woo, and you're like, all right, I don't need this shit for it. You're stepping on my punchlines with woos. Do you know what I mean? These chicks, and they think they're liking you, which they are, but it's like, you're just gonna be on the
I used to have a girlfriend that was a wooer, and I couldn't bring it to the comedy
When
store. I
people
wanted
go
to put it to the
woo,
fucking
are you out of your fucking mind? What are you doing? Laugh or don't laugh. That's all I ever want. Don't laugh. You're gonna woo? What the fuck are you on a woo? You know how fucking stupid you gotta be to woo? You know how fucking stupid you gotta be to woo? You know how fucking I don't give a shit. I honestly don't give a shit if you're at a fucking Angels game. You're a fucking moron if you woo.
Well, that brings us to the final results. Chris Estefano with 3.42. Fourth place, Mark Norman with a score of 3.65. The bronze medal to Andrew Schultz with a score of 4.092. The silver medal to Brian Callen, 4.463. And coming in first place with a final score of 4.471, the gold medalist, the best podcast guest of all time, ladies and gentlemen, Chris D'Elia.
Yes!
Obviously, not every comedian was looked at in this video. There's a ton of other great podcast guests. We just did kind of 5 people that this channel often features. But thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Please go follow us on Instagram. We're sending everyone these free stickers. We got the Joke WRLD logo. We got What's the Deal with Airplane Peanuts. We're featuring a new up-and-coming comedian on there every day. It'd mean a lot if you guys could go blow up that Instagram for me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Welcome back to Joke WRLD. My name is Jake, and today is part 2 of finding out who is the best podcast guest of all time. Now, just like in the first episode, I understand this is subjective. I'm not giving my own opinions. I'm not reading your comments. We're using the scientific method, real math, to figure out who's the best podcast guest of all time. Who is the comedian that you want on your show? Now, in part 1, we looked at Mark Norman, Andrew Schultz, Chrissy D, Brian Callen, and the winner ended up being Chris D'Elia. Today we're going to give D'Elia a chance to defend his title against the big dogs, the heavy hitters of comedy. We got Tom Segura, Tim Dillon, Theo Von, and Joey Diaz. To make this work, we had to find 3 podcasts that all 5 comedians have appeared on. So that's going to be Bertcast, Joe Rogan Experience, and The Church of What's Happening Now. Just like last time, the scores will be calculated by the total amount of views an episode gets divided by the total amount of subscribers that podcast has. So for example, let's say Tom Segura went on The Joe Rogan Experience and got 5 million views on that episode. We'd take that 5 million views, divide by the 11.9 million subscribers Joe Rogan has, and that'd give you a total score of 0.42 for Tom Segura. I promise this will make a lot more sense once we get into the video. It's very simple and easy to follow along. If you're like, this seems dumb, I just want to see compilations, come back this weekend. We're doing part 2 of Tim Dillon's top 10 rants. But if you really like stand-up, you really like podcasting, you're a really big fan of these guys, I guarantee that you'll love this video. So let's just watch. Without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start off with Bertcast. Bert Kreischer has 834,000 subscribers on YouTube. We'll start off with the defending champ, Chris D'Elia. He appeared on Bertcast 3 years ago, episode 306, that had 765,000 views, giving Chris D'Elia a total Bertcast score of 0.91.
I always say that Brian Callen and I say, we say, oh yeah, we do stand-up and you want to have a conversation? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I do stand up. What the fuck are we going to talk about at a party? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like we do our favorite version of that on stage all the time.
Oh yeah, I used to. My wife gets exhausted at me because I go to a dinner party, and someone will go, I did something interesting the other day. And my wife's like, oh, here we go.
I know.
And she'd always preface this, guys, Bert, they don't know you. So just let it be. They don't need to know you. I'll fucking trump it. I am insufferable at a dinner party.
Tim Dillon was also on the show 3 years ago. He was episode 300. That had 156,000 views, giving Tim Dillon a Bertcast score of 0.18.
Alex Jones thing's fucking...
It's wild.
It's wild. Here's the thing. I don't really listen to InfoWars.
Yeah.
But I do listen to him when he's on Rogan.
I got to be honest with you. He's the most entertaining person in the world. I mean, listen, is it bad? Sure. Am I going to get in trouble for saying this? Yes. Does he incite violence? Maybe. The point I'm making, okay? The point I'm making is purely, forget morals, forget any of this. Take yourself back to smoking weed in the back of a car in 11th grade when you were just like, things were just funny or they weren't. They were just entertaining or they weren't. You either watched it and went, what the fuck is this? I heard Alex Jones, okay, go on a rant about demons, like literal demons, for 20 minutes. 20 minutes hard about demons. And let me tell you right now, he started a show one night and he goes like this. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, he goes, we are bracing. This first words out of his mouth. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, we are bracing for thermonuclear war. And I'm like, how do you not laugh? How do you not be entertained? I mean,
dude, I think it was him, Rogan, and Eddie Bravo.
Amazing.
We're one of the best podcasts. And I'm just like, I got to start listening to his shit. And then I turned it on. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, is this what he does for a living?
Joey Diaz's best episode was 4 years ago, episode 241. He had 691,000 views on that, giving him a Bertcast score of 0.82.
There you go. A little something for the podcast. A little protein. There you go. A little something for the podcast. That's some onions I had at lunch.
Tom Segura appeared on episode 100 of Bertcast and then also with Dave Attell on episode 237. Now, episode 100 was not fully uploaded to YouTube, so we're just going to go with his Dave Attell appearance, number 237. That was a score of 0.74.
But
that was nice.
But the part you're going to really love, so they're GoPro Hero 4 Blacks. Guess what they're called?
What?
That one's Wesley Snipes. That one's Kimbo Slice. And that's Jameis Winston.
He's so black.
Dude, Jameis Winston.
Not skin tone, just behaviorally.
Jameis Winston. I can't decide whether I really fucking love the guy, like if he's a Forrest Gump of football, or if he is...
He's not the Forrest Gump.
And last but not least, the Rat King Theo Von appeared on Bertcast 6 years ago, episode number 140. He had 229,000 views on that episode, giving him a Bertcast score of 0.27.
I was a fan of you on Road Rules.
Yeah.
I thought you should be a comic when I first saw you on Road Rules. Do you remember me telling you that story?
Yeah, I remember you telling me your wife thought I was cute.
Yeah. She definitely thought you were.
Not offense that I didn't hear what you said, but I mean, like, I was a 22-year-old kid. I was like,
no,
that's more exciting.
Well, that does it for round one. Let's check in the leaderboard. So far, Chris D'Elia is defending his title with 0.91. Joey Diaz right behind him at 0.82. Tom Segura is middling right now at 0.74. Theo's a little behind at 0.27. I expect him to pick it up. And then Tim Dillon rounding us out as the caboose at 0.18. I also expect to see him picking it up in the next episode.
Hello, freak bitches.
The Joe Rogan Experience. I'm not sure if all of you have heard of it. It's more of a niche, smaller, low-key podcast. There's 11.9 million subscribers. Obviously, all 5 of these comedians have been on JRE many, many times, but with the recent Spotify thing and, episodes being pulled down by Tim Dillon and Joey Diaz especially, and I guess Tom Segura's episodes have been pulled down, and so have Chris's, and all 5 of these people have had episodes pulled off of Spotify, off of their Joe Rogan appearances, so we're just going to go based on what full episodes are still up on YouTube and the views off of those. Real quick, I'm not sure if you noticed this new chair behind me, but I want to give a quick shout out to the people at eWin Racing for sending me this beast. I got my old chair from Amazon and it broke after about a month of use, just clean in half. But this E-Wind chair can hold up to 550 pounds, so I never have to worry about that again. I can gain as much weight as I want and not have to worry about getting any new chairs. I mean, look how wide the seat is. I can fit a whole nother person next to me. These things flip out. Huge wide cushion. You could fit so many people in this chair. But my favorite part is the neck and the back pillows. It makes me want to sleep in this thing. So that's about it. If you want this chair, go check out the link in the description for 20% off. Now back to the video. Chris D'Elia's best Joe Rogan episode was 5 years ago, episode 980. He had 2.6 million views for a total score of 0.21.
Like Game of Thrones. I watched it for 4 seasons. I know you love that fucking show.
How dare you?
I know, but
How
I just,
dare you?
you know what? It's not my style of show, man.
What are you saying? You mean awesome?
No,
You
it
don't like
is
awesome
awesome.
stuff?
No, it is awesome, but it's only awesome. It's like Breaking Bad. The reason why I love Breaking Bad, the reason why Sopranos I love it so much is because there's fucking humor in it, man. There's humor in it sometimes. There is zero humor in Game of Thrones.
True.
And I get that that's a style, but I just can't be sucked into something for 5-6 seasons where nobody trips, where nobody is just like awkward at a table, and they're just talking about dragons in the most serious fucking way.
Yeah, but there's real dragons back then. They had to deal with it.
Tim Dillon's Best Still Standing episode took place a year ago, episode 1525, that had 7.5 million views, giving Tim Dillon a total JRE score of 0.63.
Just polos, just like this, just ill-fitting polos.
Yeah.
Ill-fitting polos for the American racists.
Polos are a
Tim
weird
Dillon.
choice. Like, why is it that is like
It's the only thing I wear.
golfer dorks wear?
You know what it is? I've always wanted to look like I've had money, and I've never looked like it. And there's a type of guy that's from, and a lot of them live in New York or Long Island or Boston, by the way.
Yes, Izod.
Yes, and they wear these fucking polos, and they have no fucking money. And that's the kind of guy that I am, where it's like, I always want to look, but they're always sunburned, and they've always got like an ill-fitting thing, like the collars, like this collar's all fucked up because I tumble dry it in the wash like an animal. I look like a golf pro who's failed at everything. And his wife left like
John Daly's brother.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the look. And when you have the look, you just honor the look.
Joey Diaz might be one of the most legendary JRE guests of all time. I know that's how I found out about Joey Diaz, was on this show, and a lot of these other guys too. His best episode, though, was 3 years ago, episode 1140, that had 14 million views, giving Joey Diaz a total JRE score of 1.17.
He had a dog, and when it was too cold, he just let the dog shit downstairs. And there was like 20 pieces of little rolled up shit that had been, you know, like when the juice goes out of them, they just roll up. What's those things that you use as
organ? What are those? Accordions?
It was like a piece of shit shrinks like an accordion when the moisture goes out of it. It really does. So if you take a shit that's this big and you put it in a box, come back a week later, it's like this big. How do I know that? Because I did it to a guy in prison. I took a shit in a welfare box one time. You know the one
Jesus.
You know the boxes of cheese where the cheese comes in, American cheese?
Yes.
This dude had long hair and would always try to play me like he was with the biker dudes.
Oh, so
he
you
thought
took
he
a
was
shit in a box for him?
But he lived in he worked in the kitchen. He forgot I ran the kitchen. And it was all me and black dudes. So one day I got one of the welfare cheese boxes, and I took like a 22, 24-inch. It looked like a lizard. It was just long, like, you know, thin at the end, like one of those things that
Tapered?
move
Like
a snail.
snake?
That's what it looked like,
snail.
a long brown snail. And I fit it perfectly into this cheese box. And I took a flag, an American flag, like from the cheese, and I put it on top. And I put it in this drawer. And every night, and he had the first bunk on the way out. So everybody had to walk back. And all the black guys would open the door and go, God damn, it smells like shit in this motherfucker. And he kept saying, I know it does. I don't know why it smells like shit in here. And after like a month, one day he went in his drawer. Everybody kept saying, man, it smells like shit in here. He went in his drawer, opened it up, and he found this box. He opened it up, and I never forget him knocking on my bunk going, I'm going to find out who did this to me. And I go, what'd they do to you? And he goes, look at this. And I go, what is it? And I knew it was shit. But it had shrunken down from the 24 inches to like 6 little inches. Really? It just shrunk down when all the moisture goes out.
Tom Segura is another Joe Rogan Experience OG. His best episode came 3 years ago, episode 1147, that had 5.2 million views, giving Tom Segura a JRE score of 0.43.
Like if I ate lasagna or something like that, I'm not talking to nobody about nothing.
No.
If you talk to me, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going, what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Brain shuts down.
What's that?
And I start to go like you know, those types of burps. The gut starts to like push out more, and then I'll start ripping crazy farts.
Like, I farted Christina made this pasta dish, and last night I farted so crazy. She goes, "Do you even respect me anymore?" Like, I was like, "Yeah, but I mean, this is what's going on right now. This happens. This is marriage."
Theo Von's also been on the show multiple times. He actually credits his appearances on the Joe Rogan Experience for the reason why he wanted to start his own podcast. So that's pretty cool for all of us this past weekend fans. His best episode was 3 years ago, episode 1225, that had 6.5 million views, giving Theo Von a total JRE score of 0.54.
Oh, that's a so right.
Yeah.
That's a psoas massager. Isn't that great?
Psoas.
Yeah, that's this muscle in here.
Oh, I'm going to come on that thing. That thing feels fucking
hey,
good, bro.
bro.
Sorry, bro.
Rude.
That thing feels good.
You are so horny today.
Dude, I had to drive. It's like a 20-minute drive over here.
Oh, that gets you horny?
Yeah.
Driving? Nothing like driving.
Dude, no, I'll say this. Things that get me erect these days. Driving, being on planes. You know that.
Bumpy roads.
Not a bumpy road, bro.
Get one of those bumpy road boners.
Dude,
those are real.
You asked me one time, remember they had a lady, I got an erection on a plane and she got pissed. She told the flight attendant to get me a blanket.
Yeah. Well, did you have it out?
No, I was asleep. And it was in my pants.
It was in your pants,
Yeah.
and she saw it somehow.
Yeah. She saw my pants because I wear lean pants.
Lean pants.
Or, I wasn't wearing like a
fat suit.
Canvas or anything,
Oh,
or
like a
textile.
thick burlap.
Something. Yeah.
Like a carpet.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
All right, that does it for round 2. Let's check the leaderboard. We got a new favorite with Joey Diaz at 1.99, Tom in second place with 1.17, Crystalia middling, and then Theo and Tim Dillon are tied for last at 0.81. And finally, the Church of What's Happening Now.
We're eating, we're smoking, we're living, we're breathing, you bad motherfuckers. It's a church. It's a church of what's happening now. What?
That was fucking dope, Joey.
What?
Why we left?
What? Black people. Chinese people. Polacks. Fuck it.
Joey Diaz has 796,000 subs on YouTube. We'll start with Aaliyah again. His first appearance was 4 years ago, episode 518. He had 344,000 views on that episode, giving him a total Church of What's Happening Now score of 0.43.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, the people you see up there.
Oh, one time I got off stage and this dude with a cast on is like, "Bro, you're fucking hilarious. Are you fucking..." And I'm like, this fucking asshole. I'm like, "Thanks, man." And I look and it's Shia LaBeouf. I'm like, "Oh, shit." I'm like, "What's up, bro? Thanks." My attitude changed. Such a fucking fake Hollywood moment. But I'm like, "Get this fucking guy out of here." "Oh, you're in Transformers? What's up?"
Tim Dillon was on the podcast 2 years ago, episode 759. He racked up 408,000 views, giving him a church score of 0.51.
When did you start doing comedy?
2010.
What made you get up?
What made me do it the first time?
Yeah.
I was in the mortgage business, and in 2009...
College educated?
No, dropped out of community college to do Percocet and sell subprime mortgages in Long Island, which I still believe is what I will return to. I believe stand-up is a sabbatical from my true calling, which is to work in a strip mall and have great lunches, serious lunches.
Tom Segura's been on the Church of What's Happening Now a bunch of times. Sometimes he's by himself, sometimes he's with Bert. But his best episode was 537. It was a solo episode 4 years ago. He had 647,000 views, which gives Tom Segura a Church of What's Happening Now score of 0.81.
That reminds me.
I told you.
Okay, that reminds me of something you said one time. I have no idea what you meant. You said, you go, "Black people eat to talk." And I go, "What?" And you said, "I'm serious." Like, they go to a restaurant to eat to talk. And you said, "If somebody fucking talks while I'm eating, I'm going to fucking stab them in the neck." But you had a whole rant. I don't know if you even remember saying this, a whole rant about eating to talk. And I had never heard anything like it in my life.
It drives me fucking crazy.
He knows the exact trend.
He knows what?
You know the exact trend. You know what's going on.
Where?
Well, you know what he was talking. You know what he was talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about or not? I don't know. I'm just stoned to the gills. Yes, needed that.
Now, Theo Von is probably the best The Church of What's Happening Now guest of all time. Every time that he shows up, it's huge numbers. But if you're a fan of Theo Von, if you're a fan of Joey Diaz, and if you're a fan of The Church, then you know what episode we're talking about here. Happened 5 years ago, the Magic Mushroom episode. It was number 383. Him, Joey Diaz, Lee Syatt, they're all tripping shrooms. It's one of the best pieces of entertainment on the internet, one of the best podcasts in any category, not just comedy, of all time. This got 2 million views, which gives Theo Von a huge church score of 2.51.
Ever since I've been with him, I just get unlucky. I never had skin issues, and now I get styes if I look at a hot tub. so it's good.
Trust me. In about a day, I got a call. His ear is swollen. He doesn't
Dude,
know
that's why
it
I sleep on my stomach.
You sleep on your stomach?
I do.
Like a fucking dead animal?
Yeah, of
like
course.
an armadillo?
Yeah, or on my side. Or mostly either on my stomach or my side.
Jesus Christ. Do your arms touch the ground?
Yeah, of course.
How do you even do that, bro?
You have no idea, dog.
Who sleeps on their stomach? Face down?
No, I sleep, yeah.
Oh, face to the side.
I have pillows, yeah.
Oh, face to the side.
What are you
Jesus Christ, I thought you slept face down.
You think I have like a massage table in my bedroom? And I just sleep? No, but
I just try to Dude, you're a fucking unreal, Lee.
I figure what we were talking about.
They should have dolls. They should have the Lee Syatt dolls, bro. They're indestructible, dude.
Obviously, Joey Diaz can't be a guest on his own show. It was hard to find, 3 different podcasts that all 5 of these comedians had been on. So we're going to have to get creative here towards the end, and we're going to use Joey Diaz's Tiger Belly appearance for his final score. So he appeared on the show 3 years ago. It was Tiger Belly 143. He had 1.4 million views, which gives him a massive score of 2.07, and he's already in the lead, so this is going to be huge.
I met a woman at Flappers one night, just very casually in the back. She was like she did something for Flappers, and I'm an old fucking man.
Come on, you look great.
What am I gonna do with a girl? What am I gonna lay it on her? What am I gonna do? What I got to offer somebody? I'm an old man. I got 55-year-old nuts. They look like they're 55. For a young girl to suck them, I wouldn't get no satisfaction on it. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. It's like one time Rogan asked me, he goes, did you ever have a girlfriend that committed suicide? No, but if anybody sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. Like, if I sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. It's disgusting. You understand me?
That brings us to the final standings. So without further ado, in 5th place with a score of 1.32, Tim Dillon. In 4th place with a score of 1.55, no longer the defending champ, ladies and gentlemen, Chris D'Elia. The bronze medalist in 3rd place with a score of 1.98, Tommy Buns, Tom Segura. The 2nd place finisher blew the first 3 people out of the water with a score of 3.32, the silver medalist, Theo Von. And that means with a score of 4.06, the new undisputed greatest podcast guest of all time, the one and only Joey Coco Diaz.
Get up, cocksuckers. It's all over.
Congratulations to Joey Diaz and everyone else who was part of this. Obviously, it's impossible to really say who the greatest podcast guest of all time is, but this is a fun video to make. We'll definitely do a part 3, so comment who you'd like to see in that. Make sure that you're following us on Instagram to get your free Joke WRLD stickers. Shout out to everyone who's DM'd us and gotten these and put them up everywhere. It's awesome to see. And so just make sure you're doing that. The link is in the bio, and we'll see you next time.